Hey guys, Miata Man here. I am taking apart a 1.6 liter short nose engine. I want to make it smaller and easier to move, but I figured while I'm doing it, I'll make a quick video and give you a look at what's inside. There's our shop cat here. He's helping out. And he's always interested in what's going on in the driveway. So we'll start with the head. I'll give you a quick rundown of what's what. And first of all, we'll start at the front, and we'll just see what's going on here. Okay, so we've got at the front here, we've got our cam sprockets here and here. We've got our camshafts here and here. Spark plugs go here, 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 and here. And that's where your thermostat goes, right in there. So there we are. So the thermostat goes right in there. There's a cap, of course, that goes on top of here, held on by two 12mm bolts. And then there's a rat hose that comes off of the top cap and goes to the top of the radiator. And next we've got the cap again. Okay. This is the intake manifold right here. That's where the throttle body attaches to. Those hooks are for lifting the engine in and out of the car. There should be two of them. One there and one at the opposing corner. The holes you see right here and here, those are where the head studs are. There's a total of 10 head studs that the cat is inspecting right now. They're in a bag. Keep them organized and separated. Now, at the back of this camshaft is where the crank angle sensor goes. So there's a sensor at the back here. It's held on by a 12mm bolt right here, and that's how you adjust your timing on one of these Miatas. And there's also an O-ring on them, but when it leaks and becomes hard and brittle, that O-ring will allow oil to pass through here and drip down the back of the head. It's a very common oil leak spot on these Miatas. So that is where the CAS, or crank angle sensor, plugs in, and that is always something you should change whenever you do a valve cover gasket. Okay, now going down, we've got this port here. There's a hose that goes to the heater core that plugs onto that. In this hole here, there's a sensor that tells the computer in the car what the coolant temperature is, and that there is the dreaded coolant plug. It's a little pipe that comes off that's not used in the Miatas. It's used when these motors are in other cars in different configurations. Because it wasn't used, they put a little plug on it, and it looks like somebody's already replaced it, because that's a non-factory clamp there. So that, when it leaks, it will leak a lot of coolant in a short period of time, and it could strand you. So if you're ever in there and you've got easy access to it, that is something you want to change as well. And coming around to this side, we've got the exhaust ports here. This is where the exhaust manifold would bolt onto. And what I'm going to try and do for you, if I can do it without dropping the phone, is I am going to flip this over for you. Or at least flip it up anyway. And we'll give you a look inside underneath here. So, there. So intake manifold. Going down, we've got the valves here in the cylinder heads. So the blackish looking ones at the top of the frame, those are actually the intake valves, and the exhaust valves are the grayish looking ones. There we go. And the head gasket, I don't even see the head gasket. Is it on there? No, head gasket's still attached to the motor. There it is. Okay. So there you go. That is what the cylinder head looks like. Let's move on to the block, and we'll just have a quick look at the block and If you have any questions, put them in the comments. There we go. All right, so here's our block. That's, like I say, a 1.6 block out of a 90. Those are your pistons right here, and here, and here. That's your head gasket. You sort of see the texturing on it. There's a little gasket there as well. It's part of it. These are your frost plugs. So if you're in an environment where it gets very, very cold and you don't have the right amount of antifreeze, or your antifreeze is old, if the water inside the block or the coolant inside the block freezes, these are designed to pop out to save cracking the block. Right there is where your power steering pump would go. Those are your engine mounts right there. That's what a short nose crankshaft looks like. That's the timing belt sprocket, the short nose crank bolt, the water pump, timing belt tensioner pulley, timing belt idler pulley, alternator, and alternator adjuster. So this is the bracket that holds the alternator, and it also holds the adjusters. And so right here we have the one that you turn clockwise to tighten the alternator belt and counterclockwise to loosen it. Before you should turn that though, you have to loosen off this 12 millimeter bolt right here. So there's a 12 mil bolt on this block that you have to loosen off a little bit. And once you've done that, then you can tighten or loosen this bolt to adjust the tension on the belt. Right there is where your oil filter screws onto. You can see the threads on that. Another engine mount. And there you go. So hope that gives you a little bit of an insight into what your engine looks like on the inside and what some of the stuff is on the outside, guys. If you have any questions, like I say, put them in the comments. I'll make you more videos soon. As always, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll make more videos for you soon.